Cybersecurity organizational data. Traditional data. Corporate data includes personnel information, intellectual properties, and financial data. The personnel information includes application materials, payroll, offer letters, employee agreements, and any information used in making employment decisions. Intellectual property, such as patents, trademarks and new product plans, allows a business to gain economic advantage over its competitors. This intellectual property can be considered a trade secret. Losing this information can be disastrous for the future of the company. The financial data, such as income statements, balance sheets, and cash flow statements of a company, gives insight into the health of the company. Internet of Things and Big Data. With the emergence of the Internet of Things, IoT, there is a lot more data to manage and secure. IoT is a large network of physical objects, such as sensors and equipment that extend beyond the traditional computer network. All these connections, plus the fact that we have expanded storage capacity and storage services through the cloud and virtualization, lead to the exponential growth of data. This data has created a new area of interest in technology and business called big data. With the velocity, volume, and variety of data generated by the IoT in the daily operations of business, the confidentiality, integrity and availability of this data is vital to the survival of the organization. Confidentiality, integrity and availability, known as the CIA Triad, Figure 1, is a guideline for information security for an organization. Confidentiality ensures the privacy of data by restricting access through authentication encryption. Integrity assures that the information is accurate and trustworthy. Availability ensures that the information is accessible to authorized people. Confidentiality. Another term for confidentiality would be privacy. Company policies should restrict access to the information to authorized personnel and ensure that only those authorized individuals view this data. The data may be compartmentalized according to the security or sensitivity level of the information. For example, a Java program developer should not have to access to the personal information of all employees. Furthermore, employees should receive training to understand the best practices in safeguarding sensitive information to protect themselves and the company from attacks. Methods to ensure confidentiality include data encryption, username ID and password, two-factor authentication, and minimizing exposure of sensitive information. Integrity. Integrity is accuracy, consistency, and trustworthiness of the data during its entire life cycle. Data must be unaltered during transit and not changed by unauthorized entities. File permissions and user access control can prevent unauthorized access. Version control can be used to prevent accidental changes by authorized users. Backups must be available to restore any corrupted data, and checksum hashing can be used to verify integrity of the data during transfer. A checksum is used to verify the integrity of files, or strings of characters, after they have been transferred from one device to another across your local network or the Internet. Checksums are calculated with hash functions. Some of the common checksums are MD5, SHA-1, SHA-256, and SHA-512. A hash function uses a mathematical algorithm to transform the data into fixed-length value that represents the data. The hashed value is simply there for comparison. From the hashed value, the original data cannot be retrieved directly. For example, if you forgot your password cannot be recovered from the hashed value. The password must be reset. After a file is downloaded, you can verify its integrity by verifying the hash values from the source with the one you generated using any hash calculator. By comparing the hash values, you can ensure that the file has not been tampered with or corrupted during the transfer. Availability. Maintaining equipment, performing hardware repairs, keeping operating systems and software up to date, and creating backups ensure the availability of the network and data to the authorized users. Plans should be in place to recover quickly from natural or man-made disasters. Security. Equipment or software, such as firewalls, guard against downtime due to attacks such as denial of service (DOS). Denial of service occurs when an attacker attempts to overwhelm resources so the services are not available to the users. The consequences of a security breach to protect an organization from every possible cyber attack is not feasible, for a few reasons. The expertise necessary to set up and maintain the secure network can be expensive. Attackers will always continue to find new ways to target networks. Eventually, an advanced and targeted cyber attack will succeed. The priority will then be how quickly your security team can respond to the attack to minimize the loss of data, downtime, and revenue. By now you know that anything posted online can live online forever, even if you were able to erase all the copies in your possession. If your servers were hacked, the confidential personnel information could be made public. A hacker or hacking group may vandalize the company website by posting untrue information and ruin the company's reputation that took years to build. The hackers can also take down the company website, causing the company to lose revenue. If the website is down for longer periods of time, the company may appear unreliable and possibly lose credibility. If the company website or network has been breached, this could lead to leaked confidential documents, revealed trade secrets, and stolen intellectual property. The loss of all this information may impede company growth and expansion. The monetary cost of a breach is much higher than just replacing any lost or stolen devices, investing in existing security and strengthening the building's physical security. The company may be responsible for contacting all the affected customers about the breach and may have to be prepared for litigation. With all this turmoil, employees may choose to leave the company. The company may need to focus less on growing and more on repairing its reputation. Security breach example: the online password manager, LastPass, detected unusual activity on its network in July 2015. It turned out that hackers had stolen user email addresses, password reminders, and authentication hashes. Fortunately for the users, the hackers were unable to obtain anyone's encrypted password vaults. Even though there was a security breach, LastPass could still safeguard the user's account information. LastPass requires email verification or multi-factor authentication whenever there is a new login from an unknown device or IP address. The hackers would also need the master password to access the account. LastPass users also have some responsibility in safeguarding their own accounts. The users should always use complex master passwords and change the master passwords periodically. The users should always beware of phishing attacks. An example of a phishing attack would be if an attacker sent fake emails claiming to be from LastPass. The emails ask the users to click an embedded link and change the password. The link in the email goes to a fraudulent version of the website used to steal the master password. The users should never click the embedded links in an email. The users should also be careful with their password reminder. The password reminder should not give away your passwords. Most importantly, the users should enable multi-factor authentication when available for any website that offers it. If the users and service providers both utilize the proper tools and procedures to safeguard the user's information, the user's data could still be protected, even in the event of security breach.